So this is the spot that I'm gonna capture this day in September. So I was here back in February, and I was here in March and April and August. I started my seasonal time-lapse project back in February of 2019. I was in the middle of the production of my recent film, Jutland 2, Breath of the Seasons. I decided that it would be key to have a shot or two with the seasonal change in the same composition, pretty much like you see in various big nature documentaries from around the world. I knew the theory behind this time-lapse technique, but it turned out to be quite a challenge to get all the shots that I wanted for my film. Yeah, so right now I'm just waiting for some clouds to pass so that I can have direct sunlight out on my scene right here, because I need to have the light to be exactly the same each time I visit the location, to have it as smooth as possible and as similar as possible. It's a bit cloudy and windy today, which isn't very good, but I think it will be just fine. I'm probably not going to get more than about 1 or 2 minutes of sunlight on the tree out here. Just going to wait for my opportunity and then, get the shot as quick as possible. So I set up my camera right here, right where this pole is. So this is where I put up my camera each time that I've visited this location, capturing the frame like this. Trying to position the legs of the tripod and the height of the tripod the same each time to match up the frame from season to season. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have my opportunity now. The cloud cover is about to pass, so I'm just gonna prepare my intervalometer here. I'm setting a 1 second interval to capture as many frames as possible in a short period of time, because the cloud cover is gonna return pretty quick. The sun is coming through, so 1 second interval, and I'm just gonna let the camera roll. I'm using the 50mm prime from Sigma. The 50mm was giving me the best angle and the best proportions in the frame to make up the best composition. So this way I will have a lot of different time lapses that are very similar, except for the season. So in one scene you will see the tree out here without any leaves on, and then the leaves will slowly emerge, and the environment and the landscape will turn green in the summer, and then the leaves will turn yellowish throughout the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. I'm going to be here for a couple of times the next couple of months, to capture it, to be here as often as possible, to make the transitions between the seasons as smooth as possible. Back in February, I quickly figured out that I would need a set of reference frames, a set of pictures to know how my camera and tripod should be set up each time, so that I could get the same composition from each month. This is the shot from today, and if I switch one photo back, it will go to this scene, which is actually from July. And this scene is from today, so they match up very close to perfectly if I switch between the two shots. But you can see how much the landscape actually changes. Okay, and on to the next location. And it can actually be a challenge to find the spot that I found back in February when I started this project, because back then there was no leaves on the trees, and the environment and landscape right here was much more open. But now it's just trees and bushes all over, and always I have to walk around a little bit to really find the spot that I need to be at to get the same framing as when I started out, which is really the key to make a successful changing seasons time-lapse like this. One of the biggest challenges of this seasonal project was to always be ready to head out, and also to choose the days when the light was right. Especially during autumn in Denmark, the weather is very unpredictable, and often when I went out in full sunlight, a cloud cover would just come in and block the sunlight, and leaving me to wait for several hours sometimes to wait for the sunlight to return. So normally I would do like a 5 or a 7 second interval to like more capture the motion of the clouds in the scene, but with this unpredictable weather it's really difficult to get constant light on the scene, which is what I need to make the scenes as similar as possible. I really have to push the interval down to 1 second just to get the scene just right, and then I will probably mask or key out the sky to have just one type of sky throughout the entire time lapse, where you can see the foreground is changing seasons. Middle of October. I think this is my 3rd or 4th attempt to capture my seasonal time lapse on this location this autumn. The weather has been just horrible, rainy, cloudy and stuff like that. Right now I'm just waiting at this location out here. Super cloudy, as you can see, but there are some small holes in the clouds to make some sunlight, which I need on my scene. Right now just waiting for the right light to appear, so waiting. Eventually I've managed to find the days during summer and autumn with the correct light, but I also needed the winter scenes to complete my project. So far the sky is looking clear. Finally, conditions are right. So my camera is just rolling behind these trees. So the final shot I need would be a shot. The scene is covered in snow. That's what I need to finalize my seasonal time-lapse project. When I finish today, I'll just have to wait until there will be some snow cover, and then hopefully I'm able to make a time-lapse that seamlessly transitions throughout all 4 seasons. I think it's going to be worth all the effort throughout this entire year. I'm pretty excited to see the final result. I'm pretty sure it's going to be epic. And then finally, after almost an entire winter of just rain and storms, some snowfall finally arrived, and I was heading out to grab my shot. This morning it's snowing a little bit, but it's slowly turning into rain because the temperature is rising quite rapidly. It's been snowing the entire night, but in the morning the temperature just rose up. It's slowly turning into rain, so I think that in an hour or two the snow will be completely gone. So I'm gonna grab my shot here to finish the winter part of my seasonal time-lapse project on this location. It's been a horrible winter season in Denmark this year. We've had close to just no snow and very few nights and days with frosty weather. So it's been extremely mild, and the snow has just been missing all winter. It's been extremely difficult for me to get my winter shots for my project. It seems like today is going to be the day. Since we are in the end of February right now, so the spring is just around the corner. So it really started snowing again. I'm gonna try and head back to my first location with the lonely tree and see if there's any snow out there. When I arrived this morning, the snow was just all gone. It was just melted away because of the rain. But now it's turned into snow again. It's snowing quite intensively right now. So let's head out and see. Okay, so there is a little bit of snow out here. Not as much as I would like it to be, but I think it will do. Running the camera right here, as always, 50mm prime. And I've fitted the lens hood on it today to shield it from the snow falling down. Right now it's just about waiting a little bit. Hopefully it will all come together in the end. So after completing all the seasonal shots, I went on to the post-production. All my individual time-lapse clips had to be processed through LR Timelapse and then brought into After Effects to layer them and align them on top of each other. I figured that the sky had to be masked out on every clip so that I could put in the same sky throughout the seasonal change for a more pleasant look. A lot of fine-tuning had to be done, and I think I spent around 3 weeks on the post-processing alone on these 2 locations. I especially liked the oak tree scene, and I decided to edit that one into a trailer for my film. And of course, one of these shots also made it into my big 3-year-long Jutland 2 time-lapse project. Alright guys, thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope you got some inspiration from this video, maybe to go out and try this technique for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.